Hello, everyone. Welcome. So glad you're here. Um, Jay kind of caught me off guard by finishing up a little bit early. I've been scheduling for about 8:15 just to see if, um, to kind of flow right after him. But tonight he got done early, so we had a little bit of a gap, and I was kind of running in and out. If you hear a chainsaw, my husband's outside with a chainsaw, and so I was just running in and out checking on him. But I don't think you'll hear it because it's not too incredibly loud, and it's on the other side of our house. So anyway, welcome. Hi, Cordelia, Brenda, Gloria, everyone. Welcome. Pam, looks like Pam's going to be listening, and I think Jay was going to grab a snack or something. Let's see. I appreciate all of you being here. So I was thinking today, what we would do is we would work with some stitch dies that I have. Now, I didn't have anything to gives me. I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh, Jay's still here. Okay. All right. Eight. Okay. So 8:15 is great for you to wash out the pet fountain and wash the dishes. Cordelia says. Anyway, I got these stitch dies, and I'll switch over here real quick. You guys don't need to see my face. My hair is a mess because I actually was kind of laying out in the yard. It's so beautiful. I think Jay mentioned that. Um, Jay, I think you're in Michigan. Is that correct? Um, anyway, he's saying it's not too shabby. Always makes her fast cards, which I agree completely. But anyway, we have absolutely beautiful weather today, and it's just lovely. Hello, Linda. Welcome. Um, I had gotten these stitch dies from Spellbinders. We've got the thank you and the for you set that goes together here. And these are the stitched thank you for you dies. And these are the out and about collection. They're designed to go with the Scout, and we're supposed to work with the Scout with these. But anyway, I had gotten those, and I'd actually used one. I also got the Hello stitched die that Spellbinder sent me. And I actually had used one to finish up. We made these cards on my last live, and I actually used one for this to finish it up, the Hello, but I didn't stitch on it. I just laid it down because I didn't have any floss. I didn't think I had any floss. So in thinking about what I was going to do, oh, Jay, you like that? Yeah, these are the out and about dies from Spellbinders. 85 degrees, Gloria. Awesome. It's pretty cool here tonight. I mean, I think when I get done, um, it may be that I can go for a walk. Cordelia is saying that she thinks her humidity was 100 degrees today and it wasn't raining. We had some incredibly severe humidity before, and then we just got a break, and it was just really nice. So we made these the last live, and I thought I'd bring these in for this. But as I was thinking about it, I thought I didn't have any floss. And I was thinking about calling my sister and asking her if she had any. But what I did was I ran out to Joann's, and I kind of have a little bit of a haul here. I'll show you real quick. And I got this, it's called Big Twist. There's 36 skeins, 8.75 yards, and 8, I don't know, millimeter or MTS, whatever that is. I don't know what that stands for. But anyway, I grabbed it because it was a multiple color pack that I could just go with. And so I picked that up. And they were having a big sale. I actually got these for $2.49 because they were on sale. It looks like everything I bought was about $2. Oh, I take that back. This was $5.49. This was the most expensive thing. And then I also, because I didn't have that, I used to do cross stitching, but I haven't done it for a long time. And so I don't have any of that. And I picked up this pack of needles. These are, it says Chanel needles, but there was various sizes. And I was thinking I'd use the biggest one, but it's actually, the head of it's too big for the hole in the die. So I'm using a smaller one, and I've got it here. And then, so I got those, and those were pretty inexpensive too. The needles were, what are those called? DMC. They were $2.49. And then they had these paper packs that were $2.97. on clearance. So I got this one. It has 50 sheets and it's got all of these colors. It's 65 pound and it's solid core, which is awesome. So I got all of these colors, all of these colors, and all of these colors. And I got out of there for less than $20 with everything that I got. So that was nice. I'm going to use this, some of this paper for the card that we're going to make with this. And I also thought I would show you before I get started. I also got, because I just had my birthday, I did get the new Spellbinders tabletop guillotine. And I needed that because I have complained quite a bit about my my Cricut cutter because it just doesn't cut very well. So I'm excited to get this. Now I have a great big guillotine that I use when I'm doing my card bases and stuff, but I thought this would be nice for cutting, you know, during the video. So anyway, oh, how do you thread them? That's what, well, Jay, you're about to find out when I get ready to go. Another thing I got, just showing you all the fun stuff I got, is I did get this Better Press ink that is the Regal Tones. And it is Bark, Mulberry, Cosmic Sky, and Better Press Black. So that was another birthday gift. It came with that Spellbinders trimmer is what I got. So I thought that would be fun. So I see that Cordelia says that she has a needle threader, I can't talk, threader that came in her emergency sewing kit. Now I did have one of those. I do have one of those somewhere. I didn't bring it in. But I see they're talking about Shannon's Lee Smith's weather in Nevada. So what I did was I thought it probably wouldn't be wise to do my very first stitching on a live since I hadn't done it. So I grabbed some scrap out of my scrap bin over here. I've got this Longaberg basket that I just throw stuff in, and I grabbed it and I thought, well, I'll do a dry run and practice with it. And then once I got going, I thought, I am not practicing with this. I'm going to use this. So I found some more paper that I had in those same colors. And this is interesting because this was something that I had stamped out and not used. And it's the only piece of this same colored paper that I have. So we'll be using the back of it for this. But I thought the work that it took to do this, and my stitching, I actually found a little mistake that I made there, but I wasn't even sure if I was doing it right. But I think it's fun. It definitely adds some dimension to your card because of the stitching. So, hey Lala, welcome. Glad to see you're here tonight. Or I guess it's morning for you, night for us. And anyway, so I thought I'm not going to waste that. We'll go ahead and work with that. So what I'm planning to do is thank you. And I've got this. And Jay, it's not really that hard. I don't know if you can see that or not. That's got a pretty wide, I don't know. Can you see that? Let's do it like this, maybe. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's got a pretty wide area that you would thread through. So it's not like threading a small needle. So that's nice. So I've got that. And I was thinking we would do the, we'll do thank you. And then I was thinking about, you know, this color that I chose here. And like I said, I just grabbed scrap. I started with this color and did the thank. And then I thought, well, what am I going to put it with? And so I grabbed some floss that was in this color. And so then I had to match it. So that's what prompted me to grab this because I thought I'm not wasting this. It took a bit of time to do that. Hi, Stacy. Stacy's my sister. I texted her a little bit ago and said, hey, I'm going live. So she's just popped in. Anyway, so I've got that ready. So what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and we're going to bring in the Scout. And I've been using this. You can see I bent my plate. I know my sister was pained when she saw that what it does to your plates, but I told her that's typical for die cutting. They've got replacement plates in the store, and I'm going to be ordering some just so that I have them on hand and they don't run out of the plates when you need them. So I'm going to do that. But anyway, so I'm going to take this same colored paper here that I did the thank, and I'll do the you, and I'm just going to get it laid down on there. I'll probably do it this way. That way if I want to save some of that. And we'll just run it through. And this thing is so smooth. It's just a little tiniest little thing, and it works really smooth. I don't have to go backwards, but I am just because it's easier for me to pull it off. And I'll get my U out. And you can see these are all individual, how they pop out. And I didn't even bother worrying about if the centers popped out, because when I push my needle through, it'll just push them right out. So I've got my thank you. And while we're at it, we'll go ahead and do this. shadow for this and just lay this on here. And we'll do that. So this has been fun. This is I was excited to get this, and I've had fun. I like that I can keep it right on my desk and just use it when I need it. So I really like it. So what's going on? Is lining up the holes a pain? Nope, it's totally not, unless you layer it. Which I'm not, I didn't choose to layer this. I thought about, you actually could layer it and cover up your stitching if you wanted to, but I didn't do that tonight because I was just trying to figure out um, what I was doing. So Lala said that she went to Jay's channel first, thinking that he would still be there, and she missed it. Her alarm didn't work, so she must have got a little extra sleep. I'll tell you, I'm short on sleep. I have been so incredibly busy this week. It has been insane. It was my birthday week, and we had a lot of things going on, but we had a lot of other different activities happening. So it's been really, really busy. So really lovely color for the scalp. That, so it's stitching today. Yep, it's going to be interesting. I said it could be a disaster or it could be all right. I don't know. This is the lilac shimmer. I know a lot of you guys were on my live last week and I showed it, but it's the lilac shimmer. And I thought it'd be fun to have. I've got the platinum and the regular one, and I thought the lilac would be fun to have in this. So what I'm going to do is, and I don't know if I'm doing this right, for those of you who have done this stitching, feel free to um, tell me if I'm doing it wrong or whatever. But thank you, Lala, for a belated birthday. It was a wonderful birthday. We had a wonderful time. My daughters and my sister Stacy, who's in the chat, and my girlfriend Dee, and we went to I mentioned it in one of my videos. We went to a place called Cake Bake, which is a lovely place to go and have some fantastic food and cake. And it's very, very frou-frou. So if you like, it's kind of like an adult tea party is what it's like. And we went and did that and we had fun. But we had a lot of other events that went on. Let's see, Monday night, what did we do Monday? Oh, Monday night we went out to dinner with friends. Tuesday night we had concert in the park. Wednesday we took the kids to Chuck E. Cheese. And then Thursday we went out for my birthday to Cake Bake. And then Friday, what did we do Friday? Oh, I got my grandkids came and spent the night, and that was something. And then was that Friday or Saturday? No, they came Saturday. And then today we had a birthday for my youngest daughter. So very, very, very busy day. Crazy busy. Oh, we went to the zoo. Yes, we went to the zoo on Friday. That's what we did. So we took the kids to the zoo. So basically what I did was I just kind of split it in half. I don't know if that's right. I don't know if you should only use 2 pieces, 4 pieces, 6 pieces, 8 pieces of that or whatever, but I just split it in half and then I'm going to thread it. And I just told Jay that it was real easy to do and I'm going to have trouble doing it since we're live. But see, there's a big eye in that needle. So it's fairly easy to stitch. Now, I don't, like I said, this is the first time I've ever done this and I don't really know how you start it. But what I'm doing is taking it all the way through and I'll just show you. And I'm going to basically lay some of this. And for those of you that have stitched, feel free to chime in because I don't know how to do it. I'm just going to lay it over there. And then when I do my next ones, I'm going to kind of go around it and then it'll kind of secure it in, I believe. Hopefully you can see that. And that's what I'm going to do. And I wasn't sure, do you skip it or whatever, but what I have been doing is just back stitching. So I'll go one forward and then one backward. And that's how I am doing it. So I'm going to go one forward like this and then one backward. I don't know if you can hear that chainsaw. My husband's out there running it. And then I'll go one backward. Hopefully you can see this. I don't know if I'm close enough or zoomed in enough for you to see it. But basically that's what I'm going to do. And you got to be careful because it will catch on there. And I suppose you could layer these up before you do this and they would be less flimsy. So you might choose to do that. I don't know. I'm no expert. This is literally, that was the first time I did it right there. And that was right before we went live. But I ran out to Joann's, got what I needed and thought I'm going to give this a try. Because sometimes I'm like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do all my life? What would be interesting? And I thought this would be a little bit different. What is he cutting down, my sister? Okay. Actually, he is, that stump. We had cut down a tree earlier in the year that we've got raised gardens, and we have two of them, and they're pretty good size, but he wants a third one. And we had cut down a tree there where he wants to put his third raised bed. And he's just going to prepare it this year for next year. There won't be planting in it, obviously, this year, but he's going to prepare it for next year. And anyway, there was some stump left of the tree, and they've done multiple things to try and get rid of it, the stump. And one of them was bringing in a truck and, hooking up to it and trying to pull it out. And that didn't work. So then we did the whole charcoal bit, and he set it on fire and burn it down. And now there's just some left. And what he's out there doing now is he's just kind of chunking it up and taking it out. So, yep, the stump, that's what we're doing. So that's probably more information than most of you guys wanted to know, but that's what's going on. So let me talk about last night. Let's see what's going on. Happy late birthday, Aunt Shanna. Thank you. That's Garrett saying happy birthday to me. Thanks for joining. Anyway, so last night I said I had my grandsons, my oldest ones, over, and they were excited to come because they wanted to make a YouTube video and become famous, is what they said. Hello, my crafty adventures. Welcome. Thanks for joining. So they thought that if they could make a YouTube video with me, they could be famous. So let's see. Yes, thank you, everyone. I'm thinking I'm a kid before Christmas tonight, not sleep well. Is Crafty Visage. I'm trying to see what's going on there. Okay. Anyway, so the boys wanted to make a YouTube video so they could be famous. So that is what we did. And it is hysterical. I haven't got it edited yet, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it because I've got a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old, or 6-year-old and 9-year-old that were on there, and it was hilarious. I mean, these boys, and if you know how boys are, we had just all kinds of laughs and bodily functions and noises, and it was just a blast. I feel like I need to edit some of it out, but I want to keep some of the voices in and stuff. But they were hilarious. The things they were doing with their hands and wanting to wave and talk, and it's just hysterical. But we did make a card, and we got quite a bit of glue on it. I think I set it here. Do I have it? Oh, shoot. Well, you'll have to wait to see the video. But we got quite a bit of glue on it, so it's a little bit wobbly, but anyway, it'll be fun. Yeah, so. What is Dawn having arrived? Somebody let me know. I'm excited to see that. Supposed to come tomorrow. Now, this is where I don't know. On my other one, I kind of went a little differently, but when you've got to make a turn like this, somehow you got to work back to the other area. So I'm just going to kind of flip it over and run this under and kind of work back to that other area. And we'll just do it like that. So has anybody, oh, her grandkids are going to arrive. Oh, that's right. I remember they were coming to visit. That's right. Okay, awesome. And she hasn't seen them, hugging them for the first time. Okay, so you hadn't, I knew it had been a long time since, I think your family had been to visit, so you haven't got to hug them. Oh my goodness, that will be awesome. I can't imagine, I keep my grandkids every day, at least 4 days out of the week, my oldest daughter's kids, and then I get to see my youngest daughter's kids pretty frequently as well. So I can't imagine how excited, Dawn, you are to be able to hug those grandkids tomorrow. So that'll be fun. 7 years. Wow. That's a long time since hugging your daughter. Wow, that's a long time. Well, I hope that it's a joyful occasion for you and you guys really get to spend some great time together. So I'm finishing up this Y. Oops. And I'm just going to poke this through. Now, I don't know, like I said, if any of you guys have stitched, let me know. But back when I used to cross stitch, now I know that, if you're really good at cross stitching or stitching, you can make this look really lovely on the back. But I'm not going to profess to be that. So I'm going to put a little knot in here and just finish it off like that. And then we'll just snip it. And then we'll move on to our next one. And hopefully, let's see, we're 20 minutes in and I've not gotten, I think we can do this, hopefully. So see, I've got all those little things in there, but I can just use my needle and just poke them out. You could use your 2-in-1 tool from Spellbinders and do that. But now I did link these dies in the description box. They're their new release. Thanks, Jay. Yeah, I think it turns out really pretty. And when you see the paper I'm going to put with it, it's going to look really pretty. I hope we can get to that point. If I maybe if I get serious about this and quit. Can you show how you're stitching it? Yeah, I'll try to. I'm going to stand up. You guys will get to see me stand up. But what I'm doing here is, and like I said, I don't know exactly how you're supposed to start and stop it on paper, but I'm just going to hold it down, and then I'm going to go through here like that, and then I'll. It's getting away from me here, and I'm just going to kind of go around that and go through the next hole because ultimately it's going to be glued down. So, and then I'm back stitching. So I went forward and then I went backward. And now I'm going to go forward again, like that. And then I'm going to go backwards. So I'll go back into that. And I don't know if this is right. This is how I think you should do it. But there may be a better way and there may be a different way, but this is how I'm doing it. And I think we'll be able to get this one finished. We may not get 2 cards done, but we might get this one done. So this is how I'm doing it. So there we go. And like I said, I didn't even put any thought into the color selection that I chose here because I just grabbed a scrap thinking I was practicing. And then when I realized, how intricate it was and that it took me a minute, I decided that I would go with this. That way I'd have part of it done before we started our live. And you guys wouldn't have to watch me do this forever. But I thought it would be fun to try. Now, I have used my sewing machine and stitched on my cards, and that's fun, but that's a heck of a lot quicker than this hand sewing is. But I think the results are good when you do this. So I think it's fun. And I'm just going to loop that through just kind of like you would and just put like a slip knot in there. And, even if it would slip out, it won't matter because we're going to have glue on there because we're going to glue that to the shadow there is what we're going to do. Now, I think we should have enough thread here to do the next one. Yeah, it is a lot like needlepoint. Oh, yeah, or the plastic mesh. Yes, it is that. I know the mesh stuff that you're talking about. And I did used to do needlepoint when I was a kid. In fact, when my stepdad had put my mom's Christmas tree up last year. My mom passed away a couple years ago, and we were admiring it, my sisters and I, and I had made needlepoint Christmas tree ornaments when I was very young, and I had given them to, I guess, my brothers and sisters because I think I'd put on the back, with their name and stuff, and my mom had kept them and had put them on her tree, and so my sisters and I were admiring them last year. That we still had those. My mom had kept those, and that I had made that. I was young. Now, see there, I just pulled my needle out. So I'm just going to wet it a little bit with my fingers and just put it back through. And sometimes it helps, to get a fresh edge on it when you're doing that. And then just run it through there like that. And there we go. So now we're back in business. Anyway, but I used to make, in fact, I have a little home sign that I had, I don't know, cross stitched, is that what you call it? Needlepoint, that had my last name McClure's, and it said established 1990, and it was framed, and I had made that for my husband and I's first house. And I think that's probably the last time that I did some cross stitching. But I thought this would be fun to try. And so when Spellbinders offered to send it to me, I said, yes, please. And so now I'm giving it a try. And I think the results will be really pretty. So what's going on in the chat? Plastic canvas. Oh, yeah. Um, oh, Jay said he made ornaments with his grandmother. Now, with my grandmother, I learned to crochet with my grandmother. I would make dresses and skirts and all that crochet with my grandmother for like my Barbies. I made all of their clothing with my crocheting, and I had their clothing. So I did that with my grandmother. So yeah, it's fun to we learn all these things, and it's fun to. So I guess crafting has always been. Um, yeah, my sister, she cross stitched too. I guess crafting has always been a big part of me, and I got busy working and having kids and stuff. When the kids were young, we continued to do a lot of crafting. But as they got older and got in sports and different things like that, the crafting slowed down. And then once I retired, I was able to pick it back up and really, really get into it. And I've just had a ball. And, you know, with my YouTube channel and just all the fun stuff. I started out making mug rugs and some boho type stuff. And then I quickly moved into card making, and that's kind of where I've been for the last, I don't know, year or so. But anyway, so I just stitched that. So we are done with this. I think we are going to be able to get a card made. We're 27 minutes in. So I think we're doing all right. So we'll just lay that aside. And I've got to do a little trimming here because I don't want this to show behind there. And I just didn't cut it quite close enough. And I think it'll be all right. Now, one thing I did notice is it does have some dimension on it because of the stitching behind it. So it'll give it some good dimension. And I got to cut a little bit more there because I don't want that to show. And it probably would be better if I had my finer scissors, but okay. So now we're ready to just lay that down on our shadow here. And we'll grab some glue. Actually, we need some tweezers so that we can just hold on to them. And basically what I did, and hopefully this glue gun will still be working, is I just kind of, daubed some glue on here, tried not to make a big mess. And some areas are thicker than others because of how I had to backstitch to get and there probably is a better way to get completely, I was thinking, I don't know, maybe I should have went, I don't know how you get all the way around there without backstitching. So if you guys know how to do that. My Crafty Adventure says, I used to love lace up paper dolls. Oh, why I like die cutting so much. It reminds me of playing with paper dolls and that stuff. I think it just reminds me of, some of the things we did as a kid. So I'm just going to lift this up and put some glue behind there, a little bit more glue behind there, and then some over here and just get it pressed down. You like that stitch? I think it turned out pretty good. I don't know. I think some of them, and I don't think this is the type of die. Some of them you would actually make a cross with the stitch. But this particular die, I don't believe you would do that because I just don't think it lends to that type of stitching. So, and I had no idea. Like I said, it was 4:30, and I thought, what am I going to do on a live? And I thought, well, I'll do this. And I thought, well, I don't have any floss. And so I told my husband, I said, I'm going to run to the Dollar General and see. Well, they didn't have anything. And I had forgotten my phone, and I wasn't sure how late Joann's was open. So I thought I better get back and get my phone before I go out of town because I had to go out of town. So I ran to out of town to Joann's and I got this floss so that I could do this. So talk about last minute planning, very much so. But I was glad they had it. And I told my husband I was extremely excited because they had so much stuff on sale. So I got in and out of there fairly inexpensively and got several things. So that worked out. I even picked up, I didn't show you this, I picked up some clearance natural beige paint because I am painting. This sounds really funny, but my stepdad bought a dune buggy and he has got this thing all tricked out. It was brand new, red, and he has made a surfboard. He's a woodworker, and he's made a surfboard that's about this big that he's got a seam that he laser burned into, and he wanted me to do some painting on it. So I had to get that paint so I could do some painting on it. But anyway, so that's going to be fun. So there we have it. Isn't that cool? I think it's pretty cool. So there we go. Now, what I was thinking, like I said, I had no thought when I grabbed these scraps out of here. I see Cordelia said that, whoops, that one the one I want. It moved on me. That she did cross stitching and embroidery with her grandma, and she doesn't do it much anymore due to arthritis. Understand? Thank you, Dawn. I appreciate it. It looks great. So anyway, like I said, I didn't have any idea with the color scheme that I was going for, but I happened to think about this, and I picked this up at Joann's a long time ago at another haul, and I was thinking about this paper that was in here, and thought this would look really pretty on this. I thought that could be a really pretty card. So that's what I was thinking of using when I realized that I was going to use this for tonight's live. So I thought I would cut this down and I would bring in, I'm going to open this up and bring in a piece of this paper because I think that could look really pretty on there. And we can make a nice card with it. So we'll go ahead and open this up since we just bought it. And I haven't even, I'll have to put all this stuff away when we get done here, but and I was so happy that this is solid core paper and it's 65 pounds. So I feel like $2.97 for 50 sheets. I don't know. I feel like that was pretty decent, especially if you're used to buying like Spellbinders. You know, it can be expensive. Now, Spellbinders is heavier than this, but I don't think it, because I use a hammer mill for my card bases, it's not going to matter if it's not very sturdy because we're going to put it on, you know, a hammer mill base. So now this is where I get to bring in my little Spellbinders trimmer here. And crafting with the kids, I saw we had some glue on there, tried to clean it off. So they were just had their hands into everything. And so I had to clean that off. But I think they had a ball because they got to craft. I took them to the park where we have an animal petting zoo area. And they got to ride on the golf cart. They got to ride on the dune buggy. They got to make a video. And they just had a blast. So I think they had a good time. Hopefully Nana met expectations. I know they were anxious to come and stay with me. So this was just, hopefully I cut it at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm so busy talking, I don't know what I did. And it's going to be close. My card base might be a little bit off. I may have to trim it up. And then this one I thought I would cut down. Let's see, we got, how much of that do we want to show? Yeah, let's just do, we'll just do 4 by 5 1/4, and we'll just have a little bit of that showing. That is an expensive paper, so I don't feel bad about not hollowing it out. So, and then we've got these extra pieces here. Maybe we'll adorn the inside. Anyway, so let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, I don't know if it's my card bases or my ability to cut. Oh no, that'll be all right, I think. Or my ability to cut. Sometimes I wonder if I can cut a straight line. Thanks, Jay. Pretty paper. It's a great price for layering paper. I think so too. Yeah. So, and I noticed I was getting low. And did I show you all the colors? I got, I needed some brown and some black and some cream, and they had some mixes like that. And so I grabbed that up. But anyway, so that'll be all right. It's a little bit off, I think, but. And then I was just thinking layer this on here, and I think this color scheme is really pretty. So I think that's lovely. And I think, you know, our thank you. So it'll be a real nice thank you card. We can just leave it empty on the inside and just be able to write a nice little thank you note for it. And I got this paper here at Joann's, and it was like buy two, get one free or something like that. So it came there. And I'm going to stand up so I can get over this and make sure I get it lined up halfway decent. That looks like it's off a little bit. Come on. I don't know. Maybe I cut it crooked. There we go. I think that's just beautiful. And really, you know, inexpensive. I mean, very inexpensive. These dies, I think the thank you and the for you are like, I think they're, let me see, I think they're $18.99. That's what I think they are. Yeah, they're $18.99 for these. The hello may be less because it's, you know, just by itself, but you've got more dies here. So I don't know, that's kind of fun. And I am an affiliate for Spellbinder, so they do send me the stuff. In fact, they've got a lot of fun stuff that's coming out that they've been sending. So it's going to be fun the next few weeks and just kind of rolling stuff out. But I think that could look really pretty. I've got some embellishments I think I can add to it too. So let's go ahead and get this laid down. And then maybe we'll start working on stitching our hello and see how far we can get on that. So I'm just going to lay some glue down. And I've got my Sweet Petunia glue press. I know last live somebody asked me about it. So it's the Sweet Petunia glue press. I've got Barely Art glue in this Novu bottle that's on there. And then, of course, you got the little base that it sits on with a fancy little lid. And my grandson said, "Oh, is that a diamond?" And I said, "Yes, it looks like a diamond." So we'll just get this laid down on here. Got to make sure I have enough room for my K. You've got that long swirly K. So this is fun. Like I said, the first time I've worked with stitch, and there's my sprinkles. You know, I'm reusing that piece of paper. I do that a lot because I don't like to waste. So sometimes when I turn stuff over to glue, you're going to see something weird on the back. And so that's what's happening here. And we'll just get that laid down on there. Now, before we go any further, I'm going to grab, I've got this little, I threw all these embellishments in here. Like these are the enamel dots. I've got tons, but I just threw all my enamel dots in here. And I think these from Cat Scrappiness are probably the best color. These Altenew ones could probably work too, but I think these would look lovely on there. And I feel like I want to use the teal because I've got a lot of the kind of the orangey color on here. So let's see what else is going on. Oh yeah. You guys like the paper. I think it's really pretty. Yeah. So let's just grab this real quick and get these laid down on here. So I appreciate everybody, you know, hopping on over from Jay's channel and watching. I really appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. I wasn't sure if I was in the mood today to go live because I was kind of tired. I did kind of lay down for a little bit, but I probably closed my eyes for just a split second because I'm not a good napper. But I did go out in the yard and I actually kind of laid out there for a while and enjoyed some of that sunshine and the nice cool, you know, cooler temperatures. But then once I finally committed to that I was going to go live, I was kind of happy that I did. I thought it'd be fun, and I'm having a lot of fun crafting with all you guys. So there we go. So there's that one. So thank you, Cordelia. Enjoyed it. So I think if you guys are game, I'm just going to keep going. I realize if you have to go, I know everybody's busy and everything, but I think I'm just going to go with this hello and see what I can create. But I'm really pleased with this. I think it turned out really pretty. So anyway, so what I've got, I think I grabbed, I was thinking about, let's see. I was thinking about, what is with that paper? I'm getting disorganized here. Oh, here it is. Okay. Another piece of paper in here. Thank you. Thank you, Stacy and Brenda. I appreciate it. So we had this color, and then we also had this color, and I thought this color would be lovely too. And so I was thinking that we could bring in this color here. that's on here. I thought this color would go nicely with this. So I thought I'd open up this pack. I'm going to put this, I'll put this paper in the, I have bins by color. And so I'll pull these out and put these in the color. So it doesn't bother me that I'm opening up multiple packs here and they're going to be loose, because I'll get them organized and put away. So I know Lala's going to do like a craft room organizational type thing. So that, and if I get a chance, I'd like to participate with her. So that'll be something you'll want to check out. Now, let me see. That color looked a lot lighter on the front of that than it does here. Yeah, it did. Oh, well, I think we can go with it. It does look a lot darker, but I think it could make a nice contrast. Let's see what else we've got. Check, that's more of a, okay, I'm just looking, and I think those are really too bright for that. So let me see what else we have. I have something over here. Yeah, see these? I just throw these all in here. And these are like scraps from projects, and I just throw them in here and then grab them as I need them. So I'm just looking to see if there's a different color in here that I like better. And obviously I have a huge selection of paper that I could choose from. Let's just go with this, just because it's here and I think it'll be okay. So, or we could, let's just layer it on that. Let's do that. We'll just layer it on that. That'll work out. So I need to really, what I want to do is start with a hello, get it going. And let me see with that. Trying to decide what color I want to put on top of that. We've got these two lighter colors. Let's do, trying to decide. I need like a peachy color or something to go on there. What have I got laying around here that I could use? Oh, I don't know. Let's see. I'll tell you what, let's do this. This will be fun. Let's go ahead and take it and die cut it out of this. And we'll still use this for our piece if we can get it to go through there. We'll have to trim it down a little bit. We're going to have a little bit of a white edge on there, because I will have to trim that down to get it to go through my Scout. So you like that, Clay likes that color also, and it looks like Jay likes it too. Okay, so we got my, Clay is my nephew, so he's watching as well. So let's see, I think I can get, let's go 3 3/4 by 5 and see if we can get that to go through the machine. And so this is going to look a little bit different. And hopefully that'll go through. I'm not sure. It might be. Oh, yeah, it will. Okay, good. So what we're going to do is just take our hello and go through here. And I'm going to put it in the center. And that way I can cover it up. And they'll never know that I die cut my hello out of that panel. I'm going to try and get it lined up so I don't mess up my panel. I'm glad everybody likes the till. So, and I'll just run it through once so you can see how well it cuts out. And we won't back it up. So there we go. And, oh, nice. This one is partially attached. So we've got our H and then we have our ELLO together. So that could all be stitched together. So that's nice. That'll make it easier. And then we'll use this piece here. And let's see, we did 3 3/4 by 5. So let's do, my cutting plate just fell 3 3/4 by 5. Let's go 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. We've got that. And then that will layer up nicely on that. And we're going to have to put our hello on there somehow. So we'll see. So we've got that. What did I do with my needle? Good question. There it is. Okay. I've got a magnet up there that I stuck it on. So I'm just going to poke out some of these. I need to figure out what color of floss I want to use on that. And let's see. I wonder if I should use the same color. I think it'd make a nice contrast and it would bring out the colors in this. Let's do that. I've already got some cut here and ready to go. So let's do that and we'll see how that goes. Versus portrait. Yeah, I was thinking about, and I think Jay's talking about doing it landscape like this. And I think these flowers, even though it kind of looks like they're going that direction, I think they'd be completely fine in that direction. So I think that is the route I'll go, and then that'll give us plenty of room for our hello. So I think that's a great idea, Jay. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this threaded up here. I'll just lick my fingers and run it through there. Nobody would have thought a thing about that before COVID, but licking my fingers. Anyway, so do it again. Probably need to cut a nice little edge on there. There we go. How are we doing on time? Let's see, we're about 45 minutes, so maybe we can make some progress on this before we quit. And I know a lot of people probably are, if they have to go to work or whatever, it's getting late, it's 9 o'clock. So I appreciate your time. And so let's start with we'll start with the H here and see if we can figure out how to get all the way around there. So I'm going to stand up again and get real close so you can see. And the end of it's kind of going through there. And this is where I'm going to just put it back behind there. And then we'll go through on one side of it. And then we're going to come back through on the other. And I've got my little piece of dye there. And get that. And then see, I think I'm securing it by doing it that way. I'm going to poke that out there. Okay. So if you don't want to poke your little pieces out first, you don't necessarily have to. Now you do have to keep it from getting hung up on your letters. So you do have to do that. And then we'll just do this and stitch like this. So there we go. And we'll just keep going and see how far we can get and see if we can get this one made. So hopefully this isn't too redundant for everyone watching me do all the stitching, but it is kind of relaxing. I don't know if it's relaxing for you guys to watch, but it is kind of fun. I was thinking probably what you should do if you're going to do this and you're not making a video is get your dice, your stuff cut out, and take your thread and go in and watch a movie, or turn a movie on and just sit there and stitch while you're watching a movie or listen to the radio or something like that. I think that would be, it wouldn't seem so tedious if you were doing something else. So that would be my recommendation. But I think it's fun. Oh, and I just saw what I did there. I just pulled it out. So you'll get to see me rethread it. Oops. So does everybody have festivities for the 4th of July? Let me know if you do. I know here in the US, we're celebrate Independence Day, July 4th, and we always have fireworks and a parade and lots of cookouts and, barbecue food and on the grill and everything. And it's always quite an experience. It's kind of a big thing in our town. They have concerts in the park and just a lot of stuff going on. You've heard some makers talk about how they take stitching on vacation. They do it on the beach. Ooh, that's a great idea. So Jay, you're going to have some kind of a cookout and you're going to have a silly live stream. Okay. You'll be hiding out with the cats and dogs because some people on my street will be launching, yes, fireworks. That's always hard for the animals for sure. Definitely very hard for the animals. Cordelia's going to be staying home crafting. And My Crafty Adventures, Cape Cod. Oh, wow, that sounds wonderful. And then Brenda, just her husband and her are on the 4th. So we have a big old um, cookout and party with family. Now, historically, we would have it at my house, and we put on a huge fireworks show. Um, and I mean, it was huge. The whole town would come. But we recently stopped doing that a couple years ago, um, since we've retired. And the field, we had a nice open field that was owned by a friend of my husband's, and he always um, allowed us to set them off there. And it was a real nice, safe, controlled environment. My husband was a firefighter for 30 years, and the city always put off city fireworks. So he had lots of experience with fireworks. And so it was a very controlled environment. And once we didn't have that filled, we stopped doing it. And so we're going to have a similar but smaller party and firework display at my oldest daughter's. And everybody will be going there. And she has the pool and the baby pool. And I think I think there might even be like a blow up thing for the kids to play on, and they'll enjoy that. So that'll be what we'll be doing. But our town pretty much, it's a pretty big deal in our town to have the festivities. At least it always has been. And I'm a summer person. I love all the summer. I get kind of sad that when it goes by so fast, and I can't believe that July 4th is already here. And I'm like, oh my gosh, summer's going to be over. So that's kind of sad. I think it's because winter's just so harsh here, you know. I know it's not as bad as it is in Michigan, but we definitely get our fill of it here. So anyway, what do you think about that color on there? I think it'll, we're going to layer it with something, but I think it'll pop. So I'm just going to keep going here, and we'll get this H done. I think we're probably going to run out of time because it is getting late, and I try to go just about an hour. And then I can finish this off on my own time. Now, since we're getting here, we'll at least show you how I think we did this on the other one too, is I've got to get back up to here. So I'm just going to take and kind of feed it up there so it'll lay underneath there. And then we will come out. I think I need to come out. Let's go here and we'll backstitch. And then we'll go here and join those together. And I got to not get tangled up here. Now, I have another cousin that watches this, and she always says that she can't believe the patience that it takes to do this kind of stuff. But to me, I just think it's fun. I like to do the parties and the decorations and all that for parties and everything. And I never thought I was an artistic person. But I think that, this craftiness is an art of, so I don't know why I never thought I was artistic. And what's funny is, and I play the guitar too, so I don't know. Anyway, and music is an art. I'm getting a little bit thirsty. I'm gonna have to take a drink of my water that's sitting over here. So anyway, this is how it's going. And quite honestly, it's going to take me a good bit of time to do the hello. So let's see. I was wondering how you were going to do that. Oh, okay. So yeah, um, yeah. You just kind of have to figure out how to. And like I said, I'm not an expert at this, and this is the first time I've really done this with cards, and so I'm just kind of working my way back to where I need to be. And I suppose if you have, excuse me, like a square shape or something like that, it's a lot easier. But when you've got these letters that have starting and ending points, you have to figure out how to do that. So anyway, so I am going to finish this H up, and then we will call it quits for the night. We're almost there. And then I will finish this card, and I will post in my Instagram. I'll post a picture of it. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I'm at Shanna Makes It, just like on my YouTube. Only it's Shanna underscore makes underscore it. I had to do it that way. And so it's Shanna underscore makes underscore it on Instagram. And I would enjoy you following me there too. And if you get a chance, if you haven't liked and subscribed, I would be thrilled if you would do that. I am trying to grow my channel, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I try to respond to all of my comments and interact with my subscribers. I have a lot of fun with it, and I enjoy talking with you and trying to follow. I follow a lot. You'll see me. I do Kinder's Card Challenge, which we're 15. Tomorrow is a new month, and we will be starting 15. We're going to roll it out on the 2nd. So it's going to be lots of fun, and I can't wait to get started on that. And then I also am a designer for Cat Scrappiness, and I have been temporarily, I'm a guest designer for Craft and Kimmy. So you can check out all that stuff as well. And it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed all of the experiences. So I just see that I got a new follower. Nan, thank you for following me. I have multiple screens going here. I've got one that is kind of like a confidence monitor where I can see what's going on and I can see all the chats and stuff. And then I've also got an iPad that is there, and I can see stuff that's coming in. So, and then I've got my phone up here that I'm videoing with. So thank you very much, Nan. I appreciate it. Oh my goodness. So my Crafty Adventures was an opera major, and now she's an interior decorator. That's fun. Awesome. And Dawn says she wished she had gone to school for art, music or art instead of mental health and human services. Yeah. I actually went to school. I'm a political science major, criminal justice, and all of that. And so that's what I went to school for. And I wound up doing employment law is what I wound up doing. But my daughter is in the mental health and human services. She is a licensed clinical social worker, and that's what she does. So, but she's very interior decorated oriented as well. And Dawn says she's going to be playing catch up next week for all of the YouTube that she missed this week. I hear you. What I do is, because I've been so busy, is I put earphones in my ears and I watch it while I'm laying in bed. So my husband doesn't have to hear it. But anyway, what I'll do is I'll do the shadow die with the hello and finish this up, and we'll pull together a card. It's going to be, yeah, it'd be like that. And so it's kind of going to look like this on here. We'll have a nice white edge around it. And then we'll have our hello sentiment on a shadow, and that'll finish off that card. So thank you. I think they turned out really nice. And it's funny that I hadn't had this paper pad out, but when I saw these two colors, for some reason, it stuck out in my mind that I had some floral that would really look nice with that. And so I think it really came together. And then when I opened it up, I was really drawn to both of these, and that's why I was thinking 2 cards, but I knew that it would take far too long to do all the stitching for that. But I think it'll be fun to finish that up and then to have 2 cards. So, okay, so Dawn worked with all kids, behavior challenges, a residential program for a while, and now she's working with adults with intellectual challenge. That's interesting, Dawn. Courtney started out with children as well. She worked with children for quite a while on a couple different things, and then she moved to adults as well. That's really interesting. So, well, thank you, everyone. I really appreciate all the kind words and the comments and joining. I love interacting. It's just a fun group to interact with, and I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching. And I thank Jay for always promoting me, and And he had sent me a message while we are live here and said, do you want me to just redirect going forward? So we might do that, and then we'll just kind of have a smoother transition. Because I was guessing at 8:15 and he got done early, but we can probably do that. So I want to let you guys go. I just appreciate you joining. Thanks for watching. Cordelia, thank you for encouraging me. I was telling her that it could be a disaster, and she said it will be fun no matter what it is. So I appreciate that. And I'll see you guys later. So take care. Have a great holiday. Bye bye.